Hallo, guten Abend. Herzlich willkommen zum Adventure Donnerstag. Und mal sehen, wie weit wir heute kommen bei Conway. Ich weiß gar nicht ganz genau, wo wir sind. Ich drücke mal einfach auf Fortsetzen und lass mich overraschen. Ne? Personalraum. Okay. Die Aufgabe. Wie war die Aufgabe? Niemand weiß es. Die Aufgabe? Der Sicherungskasten in der Wahrnahmeannahme wird mir Zugang zu Shirleys Büro verschaffen. Ist keine Aufgabe, aber ein Hinweis. Steht auch dran, Hinweis. Ne? So ist das. So. So kann ich dieses Ding hier beiseite räumen. Neuer Hinweis. Hier haben wir noch so einen komischen Bierzapfhahn oder sowas, oder? Nee, das Ding. Und ein Schlauch. Scheinbar. Achso, und diese ganzen Dinger hier, ne? Okay. Bierzapfkopf. Hinweise. In der Tür steht ein volles Fass Bier und versperrt mir den Weg. Es ist wahrscheinlich zu voll und muss leer gemacht werden.
Right, I've done that.
Okay. Nein, da muss was anderes ran. Glassplitter wahrscheinlich nicht. Dartpfeil vermutlich nicht. Obwohl, man weiß nie. Nein, okay. Ist eventuell in diesen Schränken etwas Relevantes? Sieht nicht so spannend aus. Wo guckst du da hin, Burschi? Burschi McBurschman. Ja. Ja, die Reiniger müssen in der Herrentoilette weggeschlossen werden. Kann ich denn überhaupt zurückkehren? Ich kann. Schlecht. Weil das bedeutet, dass ich eventuell auch zurückkehren muss. Hier muss man doch irgendwas dran. Ungelesene Einträge. Mr. Crow hatte recht. Shirley hat Beweise vor der Polizei versteckt. Ist sie in die Sache verwickelt? Nein, ich habe ja gesehen, wie sie angegriffen wurde. Das passt nicht zusammen. Was in der Welt hat sie vor? Okay. Was steht denn da? Wie man ein Fass wechselt. Schritt 1. Gasfluss per Hebel am Druckventil abschalten. Schritt 2. Bierleitung vom blauen Hauptventil an den blauen Zapfkopf anschließen. Blau. Ah. Ah. Okay.
Attached. What next?
Gas, Zapfkopf, Griff am neuen Fass anbringen. Zapfkopf, Griff gegen den Uhrzeigersinn drehen.
That sounded like a good strong click to me.
Gasfluss per Hebel am Druckventil wieder einschalten. Okay.
Turned and on. I'm a natural.
Vor Ausschank an Gäste Bierfluss am Zapfhahn überprüfen. Glückwunsch, jetzt wissen Sie, wie man Fass wechselt. Ist jetzt dieses Fass leicht und schnell irgendwie... Warte. Da gab es doch irgendwas, was... Irgendwas, was da wieder eingeschaltet werden sollte, ne? Ach, jetzt können wir das wahrscheinlich leer laufen lassen, das Fass. Und dann, wenn es leer gelaufen hieß, können wir da das Fass wahrscheinlich umboxen. Ich hätte wahrscheinlich auch von der anderen Seite reinfahren können.
What a waste. Well, whatever gets me to that fuse board.
Wo läuft denn das hin ab? What a waste. Ja, schön die Drogen weg. Die armen Drogen, ne? Huch, Mann, das ist... Ah, okay.
Fair enough.
Warnannahme. Da steht irgendwas. Warenlieferung Riverport. 6 Kisten JD Taylors. Hatte nur 4. Die übrigen kommen in der nächsten Lieferung. Fass Pinwheel Brew, grünes Bindeseil. 1,4 cm stark, 20 Meter lang. Ich konnte das zweifarbige Seil, das wir normalerweise verwendet, nicht bekommen. Ich habe dir eine Mischung besorgt, damit alles pünktlich fertig ist. Schwarzes Bindeseil. Flasche Riverport, 4 Kisten Field Cider. Farrells Fleischbrühenpaste. Tube mit 450 mm. Übertrag von Ihrer Bestellung aus der letzten Woche. Sie haben bereits bezahlt. das Büro weiß das und wird es vom Gesamtbetrag abziehen. Packung Speckkrusten. Ein Zimmermannshammer. Mhm. Wasserhaltige Wasserstoffoxid-Tabletten.
This looks like the stock delivery I've just destroyed. I hope it wasn't too expensive.
Ja, hoffst du also, ja? Irgendwie warte ich immer noch mal darauf, dass mal was auf der Rückseite steht.
Now, let's see if those office doors have opened.
Die Office Doors, darum ging es ja, die Magnettüren, ne? Stimmt. Gut, dass du mich dran erinnerst. Kumpel. Also wie auch immer, ich kann mich wirklich nicht so richtig mit dem Typen identifizieren. Sein miesepetriges Gesicht die ganze Zeit und so. Und diese vorschnellen diese vorschnellen, komm ich das Wort nicht, Schlussfolgerung, die er immer zieht. Hm. Und dieses absolute Verzichten drauf, irgendwelche Sachen diskret und heimlich zu machen. So, jetzt ist das Büro offen. Shirley Downs Büro. Die Tür geht zu. Neue Aufgabe. Ich habe mir Zugang zu Shirleys Büro verschafft. Jetzt muss ich Beweise finden, damit sich der Einbruch auch lohnt. Ja. Shirleys Schreibtisch nach Interessantem durchsuchen. How to spot a genuine fake. Wie man eine Fälschung erkennt. Okay, das kann man mal nicht lesen. Höchst bedauerlich. Der Sessel sieht cool aus. Okay, da kommt sie nicht weiter. Inventar? Wie Inventar? Was kann ich hier gebrauchen? Glassplitter? Dachte ich. Dartpfeil? Nein. Okay, das Buch, das auf das Annabelle wartet, ist erschienen. Ein Geburtstagsgeschenk. Taufe von Cousin Ellie. Zeit und Ort rausfinden. Einnahmebericht Pub mit Mr. Crow. Annabelles Geburtstag. Mehrere Ausrufungszeichen. Lebensmittelkarte. T. Trilby.
Well, I don't have to guess what she wanted from him. Annabelle, 30 this year. She has everyone convinced that she owns the place. She's a compulsive liar. It must be that Lord of the Rings book on Annabelle's calendar.
Sag mal, ist da was durchgestrichen hier?
She's far less organized than her sister.
Okay. Ach, vielleicht kann ich ja hier das Inventar benutzen. Nee, sieht eher aus wie, als wenn ich es hier benutzen könnte, oder? Aber wo genau? Niemand weiß es. Kommt vielleicht noch, wird vielleicht noch klar. Nun okay. Terence Trilby. Antiquitäten. Aber Was soll ich denn... Naja, mal sehen. Naja, mal sehen. Dinge passieren?
I thought I saw you come in here.
Mr. Morgan,
What on earth are you doing, Mr. Conway?
I'm looking for Charlotte May. I told you I'd stop at nothing to find her.
Indeed you did. And you breaking into Shirley's pub is your way of doing that?
Do you really want to know?
I'm not sure I do.
Though I could ask you the same thing. What are you doing here, Mr. Morgan?
Well, when I saw you come over here, I couldn't do it any longer.
Do what?
Let other people act for me. Sit on my bottom whilst my daughter... It's a father's responsibility to protect his child, and I should have...
Mr. Morgan, not everybody is cut out for this. It's fully understandable if you're not. Well,
You see what I mean? You can't bring yourself to say it. I'm a coward, and it's shameful.
I don't think you're a coward.
Then tell me what I can do. Let me prove it to you. Let me help in some way with... What is it you're doing exactly?
You can help by making your way back home and letting...
Robert, please.
Very well. The flat, upstairs. Obviously I can't search it myself, so perhaps you can shed some light up there.
Thank you. And please, you only have to say if I'm putting you out.
We will need to hurry, Mr. Morgan.
Understood.
We will need to hurry.
Oh, by the way, how is Shirley Downs? Has she been treated?
Yes, the doctor said she was fine. She'll be released later today.
Did she say who attacked her?
No, she didn't say.
Damn. Well, thank you for that, anyway.
That's fine, Mr. Conway. So what am I looking for up here?
Anything that looks interesting or out of the ordinary, I suppose.
I'm not sure if this counts, but there's a locked door up here.
What's so strange about that?
Well, it's locked, but there's no keyhole.
That is strange. Anything else?
There's a panel on the side, if that helps. It looks like it might open somehow.
Perhaps. Leave it with me. I'll find a way in.
Hammer.
What's
Lötzinn.
this then?
Lötzinn ist besser als Blödsinn. Gut, okay. Was machen wir mit dem Lötzinn? Zuckertasse. Und natürlich die allgegenwärtigen Zigaretten hier, ne? Ein Schraubendreher. Wohl, zu dem Zeitpunkt hat man noch Schraubenzieher gesagt. Und ich sage auch manchmal noch Schraubenzieher. Aber nur, wenn ich über einen Schraubenzieher rede. Nicht einfach so. So. Kamera. Na, okay. Vordere Bar. Kann ich hier erster Stock? Bad. Erster Stock. Erdgeschoss, erster Stock. Büro geht die Treppe hoch, so. Und dann kommt man hier an. Da ist auch eine Magnettür, wie es aussieht. Abzweigung N, Flachwandsteckdose. Abzweigung K, Brickmore. Station oder Station. Aha. Okay. Ach du meine Güte. Ach Gott. Was ist das denn hier für ein merkwürdiges Rätsel? Das überdecke ich teilweise mit der Kamera. Aber hier steht überall Abzweigung 1, A, B, C, D, E, F, G und so weiter und so fort. Junction. Inventar. Was ist denn auf dem Zettel? Der Schalter hinter dem Schreibtisch ist fast komplett verlötet. Sind schon einsatzbereit. Die Schalter hinter dem Schreibtisch sind schon einsatzbereit. Aha.
Switches behind the desk.
Der Spiegel spiegelt natürlich nicht, ist ja klar. Schloss. Schraubenzieher? Schlüssel vielleicht, aber ich glaube, das wird, oder? Pock. Hinter dem Schreibtisch. Oh, löten. Upstairs. Safe. Warte.
This soldering iron might come in handy. That should work. Let's see if the switches are connected.
Mr. Morgan,
Yes?
try that door again. I think I might have cracked it.
It's open. How did you do that?
I have my ways. Could you tell me what's inside?
It's a safe.
I thought as much.
Probably the pub takings, I would imagine.
Probably, yes. I'll keep it in mind. Let me know if you find a key for it.
I will do. Mr. Conway,
Yes.
this all feels a little... well, now that I'm here, I feel a little uncomfortable doing this.
Well, do you want to find your daughter?
I'll keep looking.
Pub door.
Something opened in this room.
Noch weiter. Das klang doch ganz stark.
Oh, the last orders bell.
Was war das denn für ein Tick, Tick, Tick hier? Nochmal. Moment mal, was war das hier eigentlich? Child Abduction. Inventar. Was kann ich jetzt schon wieder mit dem Inventar machen? Schraubenzieher.
people really are moving on.
Weiß noch nicht, was ich hier tun soll. Aber, ich sehe hier nichts, was ich hier tun soll. Ah, hallo.
I already know Shelley's a thief. I don't feel bad about this at all.
Briefmarke. Okay. Okay, nochmal der Knopf. Aha. Der Kerzenhalter mit dem Rubin. Ne? Neuer Biografie-Eintrag. Lady Door beschuldigt Shirley, sie bestohlen zu haben. Die ganzen Sachen in ihrem Pub lassen keinen Zweifel daran. Okay.
Mr. Morgan?
You can call me Tony, you know.
Of course, I'm sorry. There's a music box down here. It's identical to her sister's. Is there anything up there that I might be able to use as a pick?
Okay. What would I need to look for?
Something small enough to fit into a lock.
Like a small screwdriver?
Smaller than that. Like a needle I can bend or a piece of wire.
Where would you like me to begin?
Bear with me 1 second. I should use the blueprint on Shirley's desk to guide Mr. Morgan.
Was steht
The
denn?
whole of the upstairs mapped out.
Was steht denn hier überhaupt? A sister's love is forever, a shoulder to lean on, when or wherever. Genau. Okay, das hatten wir schon. Also, wir sollen den Kumpel dadurch leiten, ne? Er ist jetzt hinter der Magnettür oder so. Und wie soll ich den da leiten? Wie soll das denn gehen? Flachwandsteckdose. Wie soll ich den denn da leiten? Das hatten wir schon.
I'm ready to guide you. Are you ready to look?
Okay, I'm ready.
Sitzgarnitur. Schrank. Ja, Sitzgarnitur.
Anything down the back of the settee?
1 second. Oh,
What?
old crisps. And some money.
Lovely.
Kaffeetisch.
Try the coffee table.
There isn't one.
Let's try something else then. Is there a cupboard of some kind?
Okay, so there's a lot on it. Not sure if any of it is small enough, though.
What are you looking at specifically?
I think some of this stuff belongs to Mrs. Doer, and some of it to Riverport Library.
Books?
Not really things you're allowed to take from a library.
She's not a very honest person, I'm afraid, but it's not relevant. Keep looking for a lockpick.
Okay.
Küche. Kühlschrank. Schrank.
Look in the cupboards. There might be something pick-like in there.
Ah,
Are you okay?
yes, I'm fine.
Found anything?
There's a corkscrew?
Far too big, I'm afraid. We're looking for something small.
Kumpel, du hast doch eigentlich die Dartpfeile. Kühlschrank. Ja,
Look
was-
in the oven, please.
Really?
Well, you never know.
Nothing. Sorry.
Ich könnte mir denken, dass es unter Umständen eine Trophäe dafür gibt, wenn man alles absucht. Schlafzimmer. Kleiderschrank. Regal.
Are there any shelves?
Not really, no. I'll tell you what, though. There's a birthday card up here, half written.
What does it say?
You want me to read it?
Well, yes.
Okay, it's for Annabelle. The gist of it is, she's turning 30. She's the best sister ever. Mum would have been proud, and so on.
She loves her sister.
Bad. Schrank im Bad.
What's in her bathroom cupboard?
Headache tablets, toothpaste, ladies' things, not a great deal.
That's fair enough, Mr. Morgan.
Der Typ ist aber auch, sagen wir mal, dem muss man echt alles sagen. Küche. Wohnzimmer. Gut, es sieht mir so aus, als würde ich letztendlich wahrscheinlich bei der allerletzten Sache was
Is
wahrscheinlich
the
was finden.
wardrobe unlocked?
Looking now. There's a coat hanger.
Perfect. Can you throw it down to me?
Will do. Can you come to the stairs?
Aha. Ein Korkenzieher ist zu groß, aber ein Bügel ist passend, ja?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Got it.
Gut gesehen. Was beim ersten Mal. Im Keller. Das ging zu schnell. Das ging zu schnell. So. Achso, das Ding da hinten würde ich aufschließen. Das Ding hier eigentlich auch. Die Schublade. Oder auch Schubslade. Klar, Kleiderbügel. Kleiderbügel viel besser als Dartpfeil, selbstverständlich. Was denn sonst? Das hilft schon mal gar nicht. Hm? Soll ich das denn schaffen? Mal sehen. Ein Schlüssel.
That worked.
Oh, good. Anything useful?
I'll let you know. Anything on your end?
No, not yet.
Mhm.
By the way, I saw you last night with the police. What was all that about?
You mean the police haven't told you?
Told me what?
For God's sake, Catherine. It's probably nothing, but I thought that Charlotte May may have been in Lady Doa's home.
What? You saw my Charlotte?
No, and I may very well have been mistaken.
I don't understand. Why didn't the police tell me?
They mustn't have found enough evidence. They didn't believe me.
Oder sie haben ihn nicht.
She was there.
Perhaps. But I have no proof. I'm sorry. That's why I'm continuing my search. Is
Okay.
everything all right?
Let's carry on, Mr. Conway.
Informationen. 20. Juni. Annabelle feiert diesen Monat ihren 30. Ich kann kaum glauben, dass das schon 30 Jahre her ist. Jetzt bin ich wohl wirklich alt. Ich hätte nie gedacht, dass ich das bis Mitte 30 mache, aber ich betreibe noch immer einen Pub, der mir nicht einmal gehört und schenke Bier an Typen aus, die ich nicht leiden kann. An mein zukünftiges Ich. Wenn du diesen Brief in 30 Jahren noch einmal liest und noch immer in diesem verfluchten Loch feststeckst, dann tu uns bitte einen Gefallen. Meine kleine Schwester weiß besser, wie der Hase läuft. Warum kann ich nicht ein wenig mehr wie sie sein? 23. Juni, Gedächtnisstütze. Plakate drucken lassen. Niemand vom Personal darf an den Safe oben, selbst wenn ich nicht da bin. Er darf unter keinen Umständen geöffnet werden. Der Elektriker Adam soll das Schloss am Büro wechseln, wenn er mit der Verkabelung fertig ist. Reiß dich zusammen, gute Frau. Okay.
I think that safe might be important after all.
Really?
How does it open?
I did look, but give me a second. It takes a key of some kind, and there's a dial for a combination.
Do you have anything to use as a pick?
I gave the hanger to you. I can get another one, though.
Perfect. Okay, I'm going to throw you something.
All right. I'm at the stairs waiting.
Ja. Was will er denn zuwerfen? Hm? Shirleys Tresorcode wurde auf Annabelles Geburtsjahr geändert. Hm? Wo steht das? Wo steht das? Warte. Gedächtnisstütze, Doppelpunkt. 30 Jahre. 30 Jahre her, dann ist das 24. Hm? Das Ganze ist doch hier 54, oder? Naja. Shirleys Geburtstag, ne? Annabelles Geburtstag. Ja, also 24. Ich weiß immer noch nicht, was ich hier ruminventarisieren soll an der Stelle. Okay. Den Spanner werfen.
Oh, blast.
Apologies. I don't know my own strength.
Not to worry. I can see it. Thank you.
Right. I'll try and find a code. Have you tried 1 9 2 4?
We're in. Well, at least the combination worked. I still have no idea what to do with this thing you threw to me.
We're going to pick that lock, Mr. Morgan.
Okay. And how on earth does one start that?
You see the hairpin?
I do.
Put that to one side. The other thing you have is called a tension wrench.
Okay.
Insert it into the lock near the bottom.
I've done that.
Now, this next part requires some patience.
Oh dear.
Put the coat hanger above the wrench and put it to the back of the lock. We're going to navigate around the lock by feel.
I'm not sure this is something I can do, Mr. Conway.
Yes, you can. Just try to be slow.
Okay.
Mhm.
Blast! I'm sorry it slipped out.
Not to worry. Just start again.
Mr. Conway, I really don't think I can do this.
Trust me. Yes, you can.
Fine, I'll try again.
Der ist aber auch wirklich ein bisschen sehr weinerlich, der Typ, ne? Kann nicht, ich bin
Perhaps
feiglich.
start again.
Okay, I'll try.
Ich kann nicht, ich schaffe das nie. Ne? Ich war jetzt zu schnell gerade, glaube ich. Kann nichts, weiß nichts, ist nichts, darf nichts. Es gibt auf jeden Fall eine Menge verpassbare Trophäen hier. So ganz diese Sachen hier, so irgendwas beim ersten Versuch schaffen und so. Ja.
First one down.
You need to move the pig to the back of the lock. There are probably around 3 or 4 things to pick before you're done. Keep going.
Thank you. Second pin down.
Keep going. You're doing well.
You're doing well. Obwohl das hier ein bisschen tricky ist, finde ich es, wie gesagt, habe ich letztes Mal schon gesagt, immer noch besser als das Schlossknacken bei Starfield. Das macht wirklich keinen Spaß.
That's 3 down.
You're almost there.
Thank you for your patience, Robert.
Ich habe jetzt ein bisschen Elder Scrolls Online gespielt wieder mal. Und das Lockpicken, das Schlossknacken da, finde ich auch okay.
I don't believe it. You did it. It's open.
Well done.
Right. Let's take a look inside. My dear God. I think this might be what you were looking for. This is hair. Maybe dried blood, too. Does this mean... I don't understand.
What's the matter?
It's the weapon with blood on it. Did you know this was here?
I can assure you I did not.
Then what does this mean, Mr. Conway?
It could mean anything. It's best not to jump to conclusions, at least until I've had a chance to examine it further.
Erstmal schön die Waffe kontaminieren. Fernglas.
Let me take a look.
Oh. Glassplitter.
Perfect fit.
Where is my daughter, Mr. Conway? You promised you'd find her.
Mr. Morgan, let's find out together.
Können wir hier zwar wieder verschwinden? Hm? Oder werden wir schon wieder erwischt? Oh. Nicht erwischt worden.
After searching Shirley's pub, it's clear to me that she's a person of questionable morality. The glass shard that the police found matched the small telescope perfectly. I'm positive it was the weapon used to hit Tony Morgan, but I found no trace of Charlotte May. This is my last chance. I need to know a few more things before I accuse Shirley of anything.
Jetzt kommt wieder der Teil, den ich so wenig mag. Aber vielleicht kriege ich es ja diesmal besser hin als letztes Mal.
Shirley used Lady Doer's telescope to spy on the Morgans. Is there any evidence that places her in Lady Doer's home on the night that Charlotte May was taken?
Nix, die letzten Bestellungen um 10 Uhr abends. Ich schätze, das könnte relevant sein. Mal sehen. Erstmal gucken, was er hier sagt.
The only proof of an intruder at Shirley Downs' pub was a glass they may have smashed during the attack. Is it possible that there was no intruder? Is it possible the glass could have smashed in some other way? I've taken some excerpts from the police report I found. Can I use them to connect Shirley to the kidnapping?
Na, weiß ich noch nicht so genau.
Shirley used Lady Doer's telescope to spy on the Morgans. Is there any evidence that places her in Lady Doer's home on the night that Charlotte May was taken?
Okay, 10 Uhr Abend. Ich glaube, das ist eine Zeit. Mal sehen, ne? So, 22:15. Und hab beide was vor. Katze schmeißt Mülleimer, beide im Obergeschoss, Umarmung am Eingangstür. Larry torkelt vor dem Tor herum. Die Uhrzeit ist wahrscheinlich relevant. Weiß aber noch nicht genau. Irgendwie werden wir es schon hinkriegen. Im Zweifelsfall mit Brute Force. Winkel lässt vermuten, dass der Angreifer kleiner als das Opfer war. Mit Seil, Warenlieferung, Zimmermannshammer. Braune Erdablagerung, die im Tatort gefunden wurde, möglicherweise von Schuhwerk. Blaue Pulloverfaser. Tin. Hättest du ruhig ein Taxi holen können. Warte. Das hier könnte tatsächlich was mit der Entführung zu tun haben. Dieses Loss of Consciousness. Schaltplan. Was soll ich denn damit? Levy auf Lebenszeit gebannt. Ich weiß nicht.
Shirley used Lady Doer's telescope to spy on the Morgans. Is there any evidence that places her in Lady Doer's home on the night that Charlotte May was taken?
Naja, ich würde mal sagen, das hier, oder? Sie hat ja immerhin Notizen gemacht. Aber wie gesagt, diesen Teil finde ich ätzend. Der macht nicht so richtig Spaß, weil ich finde es auch immer so, ich sag mal so, uneindeutig, was wozu gehört. Ne? So. Die Entführung ereignete sich zwischen 22 und 23 Uhr. So. Okay. Mhm. Okay, übertragen.
I need to make sure I'm scouring all of the evidence.
Ich drücke
I'm
Tipp.
sure that some of this evidence is irrelevant. I could remove them.
Tipp abbrechen. Some of this is irrelevant. Hm? Tipp. Kann nicht nochmal Tipp drücken. Voll. Oder es muss ich erst wieder aufladen. Mm. Pam, pam, pam. Wasserstoffhaltiger. Ja. Wasserstoffhaltige Tabletten. Mhm. Loss of Consciousness. Das gehört wahrscheinlich zusammen, würde ich denken.
I've taken some excerpts from the police report I found. Can I use them to connect Shirley to the kidnapping?
Versuchen wir das mal. Oh, 4 Beweise gehören zusammen. Nicht nur 3. Loss of Consciousness. Mhm. Dum, dum, dim. Stinking Drunk heißt er. Okay. Ganzen Weg mit nur einem Schuh gelaufen. Hm. Rückstände eines starken Beruhigungsmittels. Das würde ich mal sagen. Können wir dazu packen. Hm, hm, hm. Mal gucken. Wir versuchen mal. Zack. Na,
I need to look at every piece of evidence.
soll ich jetzt nochmal machen müssen, muss ich mir echt merken, diesen Tipp erst zu benutzen, wenn schon richtig viele Sachen auf dem Board sind hier. Mhm. Mhm. Kann gar nicht sehen, was das ist hier. Schuhabdrücke. Fasern eines grün-schwarzen Seils gefunden. Vielleicht zum Fesseln? Hm. Das könnte relevant sein, ja. Kann ich hier auch mehrere Sachen machen? Green Binding Rope. Mhm. Schwarzes Bindeseil. Das sieht ja komisch aus.
I've taken some excerpts from the police report I found. Can I use them to connect Shirley to the kidnapping?
Da fehlt ja noch was. Hm. Hier. Ach, das war falsch. Ah, warte. Schwarzes Bindeseil, grünes Bindeseil.
I've taken some excerpts
Ja,
from the
Schnauze.
police report I found. Can I use them to connect Shirley to the kidnapping?
Ach, entweder oder, hm? Entweder oder. So, das hier ist Junction J. Hm? Ring Main 3. Wo waren hier der Flat Wall Socket? Hier der Living Room. Wo der Dingens war, sieht man hier nicht, ne? Der Safe. Wahrscheinlich Junction N. Hm. Ich mag das hier gar nicht, diesen Teil. Schwarz-grünes Seil, vielleicht zum Festzellen.
I should read every detail on the evidence.
Tipp. Geht nicht. Wurde Charlotte betäubt? Ja. Ich sehe noch nicht, was das mit diesem komischen Larry und seinem einen Schuh soll. Ob das überhaupt irgendeine Relevanz hat. Bin da echt nicht so sicher. Green Binding Rope, Black Binding Rope. Ich glaube, diese Tabletten sind halt relevant.
I need to look at every single detail there is.
Anders gesagt, nee, falsch. Sag mal, dieser Larry. Hat der vielleicht von dem Zeug Blurred Vision bekommen? Also quasi, vielleicht war der gar nicht betrunken. Hm? Vielleicht war dieser Larry ja der Entführer. Hm. Ah, ja, okay. Wir müssen uns hier durchquälen. Es hilft nichts. Green Binding Rope. Hm. Am 27.06. wurde das Zeug geliefert. Hm? Und sie wurde viel früher entführt, okay? Das heißt daran, das hier ist, das hat damit nichts zu tun, nicht mit der Entführung. Nicht mit der Entführung, okay. Weg damit. Dann gucken wir erstmal mal hier. Sie hat beobachtet.
Shirley used Lady Doer's telescope to spy on the Morgans. Is there any evidence that places her in Lady Doer's home on the night that Charlotte May was taken?
Okay. Um 10 Uhr die letzten Dingens da, die letzten Bestellungen. Larry torkelt vor dem Tor herum mit nur einem Schuh. Am 23. Naja, okay. Okay, sie hat's gesehen. Na? Sie hat es gesehen. Also, sie zeugen sozusagen.
I need to make sure I'm looking at all of the evidence.
Okay, dann vielleicht das hier nicht. Mal sehen. Okay. Vielleicht in Kombination mit der Zeit hier an dem Tag.
Good. Now what does the rest of it mean?
Okay, immerhin. Immerhin. Jetzt haben wir weniger Zeug, was wir da positionieren
The
müssen.
only proof of an intruder at Shirley Downs' pub was a glass they may have smashed during the attack. Is it possible that there was no intruder? Is it possible the glass could have smashed in some other way?
Glasses left on the last order's bell will fall off when it rings. Ja, okay. Zwei Beweise nur. Was haben wir denn hier? Snooker Table, Last Orders Button, Junction E, Ring Main 2. Vielleicht gehört das ja zusammen.
Good, I was right. Now, on to the next.
Okay. Gut. Jetzt haben wir wesentlich nicht mehr so viel. Hallo Ripto, guten Abend. Na? Herzlich willkommen. Habe ich schon irgendwie 2 Minuten dich nicht wahrgenommen, weil ich hier so vertieft in dieses merkwürdige Rätsel hier bin. Ne? Mal sehen.
I've taken some excerpts from the police report I found. Can I use them to connect Shirley to the kidnapping?
Shirley. Schwarz-grünes Seil. Wahrscheinlich vom Fesseln. Und Betäubung. Aber wie gesagt, das ist doch zum anderen Zeitpunkt irgendwie, oder? Oder denke ich da falsch gerade?
There must be some small detail I'm missing on some of the evidence.
Ja, pass auf, wir hauen mal alles wieder rüber. So. Wie kann ich Shirley mit der Entführung in Verbindung bringen? Kann ich's? Fragezeichen. Blaue Pulverphase. Starkes Beruhigungsmittel. Okay, ich würde vermuten, dass das schon relevant ist. So, nochmal hier zusammenbringen. Loss of Consciousness. Aber Rückstände eines starken Beruhigungsmittels. Und was können wir noch dazu packen? Alle Nachbarn waren in der Nacht anwesend. Yeah. Mehrere Sätze Schuhabdruck am Ort. Fasern eines schwarz-grünen Seils. Vielleicht zum Fesseln.
There must be some small detail here.
Black Binding Rope.
There must be some small detail I'm missing on some of the evidence.
Und jetzt muss man sich mal vorstellen, es gibt eine Errungenschaft dafür, es gibt für jede dieser Rekonstruktionen hier eine Errungenschaft.
Sure, I'm scouring all of the evidence.
Wenn man es beim ersten Mal richtig macht. Nicht etwa, wenn man es überhaupt richtig macht, sondern überhaupt. Ne? Ich versteife mich, glaube ich, zu sehr auf diese Sache mit dem Beruhigungsmittel. Mehrere Schuhabdrücke, männlich und weiblich.
There must be a detail I'm missing on some of the evidence.
Unbekannte blaue Pulloverfaser. Das kann jetzt natürlich nicht mehr Charlotte May sein, sondern höchstens der Angriff auf den Mr. Morgan. Mittelgroße Arbeit hier. Hm. Also die Angriffswaffe auf den Mr. Morgan haben wir ja gefunden. Dieses Fernrohr. Was vielleicht aus dem Vorrat von der Miss Doa geklaut worden war. Das klingt eigentlich ziemlich naheliegend. Na? Ich kriege keinen Tipp mehr, ne? Ich drücke auf Tipp. Nein, ich habe meinen Tipp verbraucht, obwohl das da noch steht. Larry. 1 Monat für das Anzetteln einer Schlägerei. Ich weiß es nicht. Wir haben hier 6 Beweisstücke, nicht 5, sondern 6. Ich weiß es nicht, ich weiß es nicht. Okay, pass auf. Wir versuchen mal diese beiden Sachen. Da steht dabei, ich habe nicht ihr übliches gekriegt da irgendwie, ihr übliches Zeug, ne? Grün-schwarzes Seil. Ne? Ich konnte das zweifarbige Seil, das wir normalerweise verwendet, nicht bekommen. Mal sehen. Stimmt einer der Beweise mit den Auszügen des Polizeiberichts überein, was? So.
That's it. By the police's account, Shirley had access to the same type of rope and chloroform of a sort. Match that with the telescope as an attack weapon, and I think I have all the means I need. I can even place her at the window watching over Charlotte May just minutes before she was taken. I spent so much time looking at the McKees and Harold Levy. It's Shirley. It has to be. Dear God, I hope I'm not too late. Time to gather my neighbors and share my suspicions. Put an end to this once and for all.
Na, da kommt doch bestimmt noch die Anschuldigung. Da kommt doch bestimmt noch ein Twist bei rum. Und am Ende sterben alle.
I was reaching the end of my investigation. No idea if Catherine could even look me in the eye. I'd promised Tony Morgan I'd find his daughter. and I'd betrayed my own in the process. Perhaps I should have listened to Catherine and left the investigation to the police. Perhaps Tony Morgan didn't need my help. Perhaps I'd failed everyone. Only time would tell, and Shirley Downs held the key.
Catherine, thank you for coming.
What do you want, Dad? I told you I didn't want to.
I promise I'm not wasting your time.
What do you want?
Please, come inside. I have something you'll want to see.
You'll forgive me if I don't believe you.
Then why did you come?
It's my job to follow up all leads.
Then, please, I'll show you what I've been working on these past few days.
These past few days you promised me you weren't investigating again. Please don't humiliate me, Dad.
Waste of our time.
Christ.
Here is the main event.
Thank you all for coming. I imagine you share some notion of why I asked you here. In short, to discuss the disappearance of Charlotte May, and also to apologize to each and every one of you. I'm sure you know by now that I've been investigating every possible area of her disappearance, and that has meant looking closely at Dahlia View.
You mean spying on us?
A crude interpretation, but yes.
That's illegal. Surely.
I've broken no laws, I can assure you.
That we know of. This is an invasion of privacy. You're a police officer. How can you let him do this?
It's not illegal to ask questions, Mrs. McKee.
What about breaking and entering? How'd you feel about that? Hey?
Are you pressing charges, Mr. Levy?
We still need to address the fact that there's an attacker at
Let
large.
Mr. Conway speak. I'd rather like to see where this is going.
Well, with my apology out of the way, let's talk about what I've uncovered.
Ich hoffe, ich kann über alle reden.
Annabelle and Theo. The two of you clearly have problems of your own to work through.
The very nerve of you, Mr. Conway.
And you should have reported that dog that you hit with the car. It would have saved a lot of time, and perhaps we would have found Charlotte May by now. But I have no reason at all to think you could have taken Charlotte May.
I could have told you that if you'd asked.
I have nothing more to say to the two of you.
Harold Levy.
Harold Levy. You don't like me very much. I can live with that. You said it yourself. As long as I pay my rent on time, we won't have a problem. In the future, it might do you well to extend that courtesy to neighbors going through certain hardships. Well, not every problem can be solved with your fists. I believe you owe Mr. Morgan an apology.
What's he talking about?
God knows.
Other than that, I found nothing to think you capable of such a terrible act as kidnapping a girl. I have nothing more for you.
Oh, that was a waste of time then.
Ich muss nochmal sagen, so sehr ich manche Aspekte dieses Spiels auch ein bisschen blöd finde, die Vertonung, die sozusagen die Sprache in dem Spiel finde ich total klasse. Da haben ihre Sprecher wirklich, also die Sprecher haben ihr Geld verdient, finde ich.
Lady Della, I thank you for permitting me to search your home. But on reflection, you really should pay more attention to whom you employ to clean your estate.
Hindsight is a blessing.
I don't think you had anything to do with Charlotte May's disappearance. It's a shame that your home was violated in such a way. Again, I extend my apologies that you've been dragged into this.
Water under the bridge, Mr. Conway.
And finally, we come to Shirley Downs, the second victim of our unknown perpetrator. A completely innocent bystander the night that Charlotte May was taken. The perfect alibi. were it not all based on lies and deception.
Well then.
What? No, you all saw what happened to me.
Shirley, please, let us dispense with the song and dance.
Shirley? What is he talking about?
I have no idea, Annabelle. I can assure you of that. Just what on earth are you getting at, Mr. Conway?
I bloody know it. You've always been a dark horse.
Shut up. I had nothing to do with Charlotte May's disappearance, I promise you.
Mr. Conway, I think you might have made a mistake.
Catherine, would you mind?
Please, I think it's time we talk to Miss Downs alone. Could we have the room?
I think I should stay. She's my sister and she needs
Mrs. McKee, please. Everyone, in fact. Leave now.
I think it's best you leave too, Mr. Morgan. Don't worry, I'll update you later on this evening once I know more.
Shirley,
I'll be fine, Annabelle. They're making a huge mistake.
Vielleicht
Just do
machen,
as the police officer says.
vielleicht machen sie wirklich einen Fehler. Ich erwarte
I'm afraid
irgendwie
that
noch...
means you too, Mr. Levy.
Ne?
No way. I would have missed this if you paid me.
Get out, you fool.
This what you wanted, was it?
How very disappointing. Good work, Mr. Conway.
Na, mal sehen.
Shirley, please, take a seat. Now, where should I begin?
Look, I don't know what this is about, but I think you made a huge mistake. I'm sorry. Catherine, is it? Can you talk some sense into him?
I think we should hear what he has to say.
This is ridiculous.
If you have nothing to hide, then surely you'd relish the chance to prove your innocence.
You watched me get attacked. That proves that the kidnapper is still out there.
Well, let's start there then, shall we?
Glassplitter. Foto-Fernglas. Fernglas?
How will you explain this, I wonder?
Perhaps you want to explain how you found that, without breaking the law.
I'm sure it will come to that. But for now, we're talking about you. You have nothing to say? There's no getting around this, Shirley.
You're not listening. It wasn't me.
Vielleicht war sie es wirklich nicht. Vielleicht war es ihre Schwester, die sie über alles liebt und beschützt.
What do you have to say about this?
You've been watching me. Annabelle was right. This is an invasion of privacy.
Well, isn't that what you wanted?
What are you talking about?
Well, for someone to see your charade. The whole business with the so-called intruder. You set the whole thing up.
What a ridiculous thing to say. How could I have? Why would I?
You did it so that Tony Morgan would see you as the victim, and therefore not as his attacker. I saw you too. I'll admit, you were very convincing.
This is all in your mind, Mr. Conway. You have no evidence at all.
Well, we'll see. Let's continue, shall we?
In dem Augenblick, wenn Leute sagen, sie haben keine Beweise, habe ich den Eindruck, manchmal wechseln sie die Strategie. Von alles unsinnig war es nicht, zu das können sie niemals beweisen.
What's that supposed to be?
Why don't you tell me? It was found in your pub.
So what? Lots of people drink there every day. Glasses smash. I don't know what's special about a piece of glass.
It sounds plausible.
Well, there you have it.
Well, then Mr. Crow didn't seem to think so. He told me you took it from the police evidence room.
Prove it.
I intend to. I'm sure Mr. Crow will be willing to testify. Let's move on. Well, suppose that's that. Catherine, is what you've heard enough to arrest Miss Downs?
I'm sorry, it's not conclusive enough, I'm afraid.
Well then, I suppose I was wrong. I should have gone with my gut and accused Annabelle.
What?
Again, I'm sorry I've wasted your time. Catherine, can you see if Annabelle is still close by?
Wait, Mr. Conway. What could you possibly think Annabelle has to do with this?
Well, I shouldn't discuss this with you, but all those late nights whilst Thea was gigging, no one able to verify her whereabouts. And then, of course, there's the matter of the, well, like I said, I shouldn't discuss this with you. I apologize, Miss Downs. Let's see if we have enough to arrest your sister.
Wait.
What is it?
For God's sake. I hid the telescope in my safe, but I was hiding it for someone else.
The truth, Shirley, or this conversation is over.
Okay, I hit Mr. Morgan, but I swear I thought he was someone else.
I'll see what your sister has to say about that.
I'm telling you the truth. Annabelle had nothing to do with it.
Where is Charlotte May?
I didn't take her. That's why I hid the telescope in the first place, so the police wouldn't suspect that I took her.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
I didn't take Charlotte May.
So let me get this straight. And it's very important that you're clear. You took the shard of glass from the police evidence room.
Well, yes, because it proved that I hit Mr. Morgan. But I thought I was hitting Harold Levy.
Den kann man auch, also gefühlt ist das eine gute Sache, den zu schlagen, ne?
You faked the attack against you.
Yes. I needed people to know that the kidnapper is still out there. I couldn't come forward and say what I'd done because people would think I took Charlotte May.
The telescope is the attack weapon.
I took it from Lady Dowa's hallway. I saw my sister having an affair from Lord Dowa's window. I was angry. I overreacted.
Eine Affäre? Mhm.
You attacked Tony Morgan.
I already told you. I thought I was hitting Harold Levy. He was kissing my sister, Annabelle. A married woman, Theo's wife.
I don't think even you can separate the truth from the lies anymore.
I'm not lying, Mr. Conway.
You took Charlotte May that night.
I did not.
Then you put her in Lady Dowa's basement. Why?
I'm not saying another word.
You knocked me from my chair and then staged the attack on yourself to throw me off the scent.
That's all in your head.
Where is Charlotte May? Is that enough to arrest Miss Downs?
I believe so, yes.
Then I think I've heard just about all I need to. Catherine, may I have a word?
Well, it looks like you were onto something after all.
Yes, it looks that way.
Let's wrap this up then, shall we?
Wait a moment. You see now what I was doing, what I had to do.
I do.
Well then, what's wrong? With a little more time, Shirley will tell us where Charlotte May is. You can arrest her. This is a good thing.
You lied to me. You betrayed my trust after you promised me. I'm so glad that you were right. I really am, but that doesn't change how you did it.
Catherine, we did it. You and I. I listened to what you said, and I truly am sorry. There were moments where I knew I was crossing a line, but I did it.
You've told me already.
And I meant it. Please. I'm going to update Mr. Morgan later on and tell him what we found. It would mean a lot to me if you were by my side. What do you say?
I don't think so, Dad. I'm sorry.
Catherine, please.
Miss Downs, I'm arresting you on suspicion of the abduction of Charlotte May Morgan and an attempt to obstruct an active and ongoing police investigation.
Ich glaube, die Geschichte ist da noch nicht zu Ende.
Do say might be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand your rights?
Ich glaube, die Geschichte ist noch nicht zu Ende. Weil das ist so unbefriedigt, ne? Das ist so ein, war es wirklich nicht? War es?
Shirley has confessed to almost everything I've thrown at her. But she's refused to give me the location of Charlotte May. I hope to God she's still alive. It's out of my hands and up to Catherine now. I've reached the end of my investigation. But at what cost?
Sechs Stunden später, immer noch vermisst.
I promised Mr. Morgan I'd return this brooch when I found Charlotte May. The news of Shelley's arrest will have to do for now.
Brooch. Jetzt kommt bestimmt gleich nochmal so eine, irgendwie eine...
Now that all's said and done, I suppose I should tidy all this away.
Jetzt kommt bestimmt nochmal eine Überraschung. Keine Aufgaben? Doch. Shirley Downs. Jetzt kommt bestimmt nochmal eine Überraschung. Ich könnte mir, wie gesagt, ich habe noch nicht wirklich konkrete Hinweise, aber ich habe so das Gefühl, dass das die Schwester gewesen sein könnte. Blumen?
I was hoping to return to Mr. Morgan with his daughter. Not this hollow gesture.
Inspizieren. Tja, Brosche. Hä? Nee. Warte, ist hier noch was Relevantes? Eintrittskarten? Der Fall eines Königs, Samstag, 26. Juni mit Sylvian Hitchcock. Eintrittspreis 1,50 £. Tja. So. Irgendwie ein alter Kumpel hat ihm geschrieben. Ja, das ist natürlich ganz schade, dass er so ein bisschen das Vertrauen seiner Tochter verloren hat, aber was will man machen? Ich gucke noch mal kurz, ob ich noch irgendwas mitnehmen kann, soll, muss. Wüsste nicht was, ehrlich gesagt. Okay, wir gehen mal raus. Es ist spät abends. Wir schauen mal.
I used to roam these halls and wonder what kind of neighbors lived around me. Now I know all too well.
Das hier, ist das ein Fahrstuhl? Ne, der war woanders, oder? Ja. Ich könnte mir denken, dass gleich plötzlich einer vor ihm steht und irgend so was sagt wie, sie mussten ja unbedingt herumschnüffeln oder sowas. So ähnlich war es nämlich, glaube ich, auch im Film Das Fenster zum Hof. Ein bisschen Ähnlichkeit hat das Ganze ja, ne?
How will Mr. Morgan take the news, I wonder? He's been through enough. No sign of Catherine, though. She's not coming.
Nun, okay.
Hello, Mr. Conway.
Mr. Morgan, how are you?
As well as can be expected, I suppose. I have to say I wasn't expecting you so soon.
I apologize. I thought you might want an update regarding Shirley Downs.
Of course, yes. Why don't you step inside for a moment and, well, please come in.
Hi Enrico.
You can leave your things down there if you like.
Thank you.
Gegenstände platzieren, von mir aus.
Please. You were saying?
Yes. In short, it went well.
She confessed?
Not to all of it, but I have reason to believe she's confessing right now in police custody. She confessed to hitting you over the head and to pretending she was attacked. We found the weapon and, well, the list goes on.
What about my daughter?
She refused to admit it. She was adamant.
But you said she confessed to hitting me.
Well, there's more to the story, I'm afraid. She swears blind that she thought she was hitting Harold Levy.
What? Okay, I don't know what that means.
I agree. It doesn't make any sense.
Where is my daughter, Mr. Conway?
Mr. Morgan, I won't stop until I find her.
I'm sorry. That was unfair of me.
I understand, and it's me who has to apologize. I told you I would find your daughter, and until now I've failed you in that matter.
I don't blame you. You've done all you can. I'm sorry. Where are my manners? Please, come and sit through here.
Ich finde den übrigens auch ein bisschen merkwürdig, den Typen. Der wirkt immer so teilnahmslos.
Perhaps you'd like a cup of tea, Mr. Conway.
It's one sugar, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Please, make yourself at home. I'll be back momentarily.
Thank you, I will.
Ich habe überhaupt nichts gedrückt, das kam von selbst. Also... Der verhält sich komisch. Ne? Wenn das jetzt ein Film wäre, würde ich denken...
Where is Charlotte May's mother, if I'm not intruding? Aren't you married?
That's a very long story, I'm afraid. What about yourself? Isn't there a Mrs. Conway?
Well, that's an even longer story. She would have said that I was married to my work.
Vielleicht war es er ja selber. Oder zumindest, ja, also, der wirkt halt so merkwürdig. So merkwürdig teilnahmslos.
How long have you lived in Dahlia View? It must have been before I moved here.
Yes, about 4 years or so. I remember the day you moved here. I should have introduced myself then. I'm sorry about that.
Not to worry. I should have done the same.
diese Briefmarken. Ich schätze, ich habe längst nicht alle gefunden.
Oh, that reminds me. I've brought the brooch back that I found at the crime scene.
Thank you so much. I hope it was of some use.
What on earth? This isn't Charlotte May. It's a different girl altogether. Wearing Charlotte May's brooch.
What? Ich würde mal sagen.
Another girl. Jesus, what is this? Mr. Morgan, what have you done?
War's.
I said I hope the brooch was of some use.
Yes. I mean, no. I wasn't able to connect it to anything.
Is everything okay, Mr. Conway? You seem a little out of sorts.
Yes, I'm fine. I don't think I'll have that tea after all. I'm sorry to put you out, but I remembered I have to hand over all of my findings to Catherine. She'll probably be waiting for me.
She was 6 when that picture was taken.
Is that so?
Such an innocent age, wouldn't you say? Charlotte wouldn't have known what real danger was back then. Not like you and I.
Well, we all have to grow up at some point, don't we? You'll excuse me, but I really must.
Are you sure you're okay, Mr. Conway? I can't help but feel your discomfort. Is it something I've done?
Like I said, I'm probably keeping Catherine waiting, is all.
You know, I thought that I was careful enough, but the way you think... You really are very clever, Mr. Conway. To your detriment.
Deshalb war der immer so
It's
teilnahmslos.
funny. I spent the past few days wondering who on earth would attack me. I was as confused as everyone else. Turns out it was all just a misunderstanding. Have you ever heard anything so unlikely? I was going to leave town that night. I'd left her in Doe's basement. Things were almost in place. I was putting the rubbish out, and then... well... And then Shirley Downs.
She's still alive, isn't she?
I really am glad you decided to investigate. The mystery was eating me up inside. You know, I watched you work these past few days. Watched as you pulled our neighbours' lives apart piece by piece. Getting to work with you at Shirley's pub and seeing you before that at Lady Doe's house. It was very exciting.
Er hat kein... Der kann nicht in seinen Rollstuhl ohne Hilfe, hä?
It's funny, I felt that if I could just reach out. Of course, I couldn't.
From what I remember, you reached out with your fist.
You almost caught me that night, you know, in Lady Doe's basement. You were so close, but still so far.
Genau wie der Stuhl
You
gerade.
know, I've never had to go back and check before. But after you promised me you'd find her, I had to think on my feet. She cried when she saw me. I suppose she was seeing me for the first time in many ways.
She? You mean the girl that, some other poor child you've taken? The real Charlotte May is dead, yes? Why did you do this?
Charlotte May was 6 when she... You see, after so many years... Well, they stop looking like children, don't they?
Dear God. So she was too old to remind you of the real Charlotte May. And that's why... This really isn't your first time.
The first time I did this, my hands were shaking. I was a mess, Mr. Conway. I'd have been embarrassed just to be in your presence.
You sound as though she means nothing to you.
She means everything to me.
Have you lost your mind?
I think our little talk is over, Mr. Conway. Believe me, I don't want to do this, but you leave me no choice.
I don't think you will kill me. You didn't tie that little girl up for no reason. If you were simply a murderer, you wouldn't have left her alive down there. There has to be something more to you.
What makes you so sure?
I think you wanted to see her as Charlotte May. You wanted to believe it, right up until the end.
Well, you've got it all figured out, haven't you?
What happened to the real Charlotte May?
You have a daughter, Mr. Conway. You know how it is. It's your responsibility. Your duty to protect them, no matter what.
Oh, Tony. What happened?
I must have left the balcony door unlocked. I took my eyes off her for just a second. We lived on the 5th floor.
Tony, I'm so sorry. Perhaps we should talk about it. You can tell me about her. If you let me go, I'm sure
I don't think so, Mr. Conway. I've complimented you on your intellectual prowess. Please don't insult mine.
Fine. Where is the girl now?
She's quite safe.
Okay.
Where are her parents? The girl I've been looking for.
I couldn't tell you now, but for a while they owned a small doctor's practice in Turing City. That's where I first saw her. She reminded me so much of my Charlotte. Over the next few days, I saw it more and more in her.
What would the real Charlotte May think of you?
You won't speak her name again.
Do you think she'd be proud of what you've done?
Please. Stop.
What about this girl? Everyone's looking for her. You can't get away with this.
Mr. Conway, you've already arrested Shirley. No one is going to find her, and no one is going to find you. Now, please stop. You're beginning to make me rather uncomfortable.
Jesus, you wouldn't want her to remember you this way.
None of that matters. Now, please, try to keep still.
Please, don't do this. You're a reasonable man, Mr. Morgan. I know you don't want to do this.
Believe me, I've tried to change what I am, but I can't.
Mr. Morgan, I would very much like to speak with you.
For God's sake. Like father, like daughter. Not a word, Mr. Conway. The anesthesia should kick in shortly.
Ah, hello, Mr. Morgan. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I wondered if I might speak with you and my father.
Your father? Are you expecting him?
Ich kann hier...
I thought he might already be here. He said he was going to talk to you about Shirley Downs. May I come in and talk through our options?
I'm not
Please
sure
help
that's a
me.
good idea.
Okay, that's fine. I can come back tomorrow.
Catherine,
You know
help
what?
me.
With everything that's going on, I'm not... Yes. I think that would be a good idea.
Save yourself.
Tomorrow morning. Lunchtime, perhaps.
If you
Please,
think it can wait until
don't
then.
do anything to
I'm
her.
sorry to bother you so late.
Please, don't apologize. We'll talk tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
Ja, und nu? Ich kann hier nichts weiter machen. Ich kann hier nichts weiter machen. Ich kann nicht ins Inventar. Ich kann hier nichts weiter... Rollstuhl.
Wait,
What is it?
if you haven't seen my father, then why is his camera in the house? And his bag? Mr. Morgan?
Viel schneller kann ich nicht drücken. Mal sehen, ob er nochmal aufwacht. Anscheinend ja. Toni morgens Festnahme, 6 Stunden später. Mr. Levy.
Do you know where Catherine is?
Hoffentlich finden sie auch das Mädchen.
Catherine!
Dad, are you okay?
I'm fine. Thank God you are. I thought the worst.
I did too. What happened here? I mean, what on earth did I walk into?
If I'm honest, I'm still trying to figure that out myself.
Shirley was telling the truth.
It appears so.
We searched the house. We ruled him out.
Is he...
No, he's alive. He's been taken to the station. We want to know if he's done this before.
I'm afraid you won't like the answer.
Oh my God. That could have been you.
It could have been either one of us.
Dad, listen,
No, Catherine, I'm sorry.
I am too. It's funny, I came back tonight because part of me knew I should have listened to you, but I just wanted to prove to myself that I didn't need any help.
The apple hasn't fallen far from the tree. I need to ask, did you find Charlotte May? Is she...
Follow me. Charlotte, this man is Robert Conway. He's been looking for you for days.
Are you okay, my dear? You're safe now. You don't need to be scared anymore. Catherine here is going to take good care of you.
I'll just be a moment. I'll come back. Don't worry.
Er hat's geschafft. Aber wo war sie?
She hasn't said a word since we found her. She thought that Tony Morgan was her real father. She didn't even know that...
It doesn't bear thinking about.
So, what do we do now? She doesn't have a home.
Oh, that reminds me. Her real parents owned a doctor's surgery in Turing City. Can't be many doctors out that way who have a missing child.
That's a great place to start. I imagine you'll want to come along and help.
No. Perhaps it's best to leave this up to the professionals.
I'd like it if you were by my side.
I'd like that too.
Dann ist das wenigstens wieder gerade gerückt, ja? Okay. Das war's. Also, das war ein cooles Spiel. Muss man sagen. Das Ende war, wie gesagt, ich habe noch einen Twist erwartet. Ich hatte den Morgen selbst nicht wirklich auf dem Schirm, ehrlich gesagt. Aber ganz zum Schluss dann irgendwie, als der in der Wohnung, als es hieß, wollen Sie noch einen Tee und so weiter, da dachte ich, da passiert doch noch was. Und dann fing es an, irgendwie verdächtig zu werden. Ne? Also ich hatte eigentlich gedacht, dass der sozusagen auf dem Weg dahin irgendwie noch was anderes sieht und plötzlich den Fall löst. Aber nein. Aber es war irgendwie klar, dass es nicht so simpel endet mit der Shirley. Ne? Cooles Ding, ein cooles Ende. Ein bisschen melancholisch am Ende, so alles, ne? So jetzt, ich sag mal, das ist keine sehr lebensbejahende, fröhliche Nachbarschaft da irgendwie, ne? Alle haben da die tief sitzende Probleme. Aber die Geschichte ist plausibel ausgegangen. Und so gut, wie man es erwarten kann, denke ich, ohne dass es gezwungen und realistisch wird. Und ich muss nochmal sagen, also nochmal ein großes Lob an die Sprecher, ne? Hat mir sehr gut gefallen. Naja, aber ich brauche trotzdem natürlich ein Nachfolgespiel für nächste Woche Donnerstag. Ich muss mal gucken. Ich hatte so ein paar hatte ich irgendwie mir aufgeschrieben. Vorhin hatte ich noch nicht so richtig Gelegenheit. Beziehungsweise Gelegenheit schon, aber keine Lust so richtig zu gucken. Da wird sich schon was finden. Am besten, ich hätte gerne mal wieder so ein richtiges Point-and-Click. Na, das war ja kein Point-and-Click. Es war zwar quasi ein Adventure, ein Rätselspiel, Adventure, ein Detektivspiel, wie so, ne? Passt schon irgendwie rein, aber ich hätte gerne mal wieder ein richtiges Adventure. So, à la Black Mirror oder Tunguska oder so. Ne? Und zeitlich passend, würde ich sagen. Wie gesagt, diese Szenen, wo man dann diese Beweise zusammengefügt hat, da habe ich mich schwer getan mit. Da habe ich mich vielleicht auch deshalb schwer getan, weil ich so viele Sachen mir nicht gemerkt habe. Wo die Informationen herkamen und welche Information zu welchem Zeitpunkt aufgesammelt wurde. Ja, das war cool. Ja, das war okay. Machen wir auf einer Skala von 1 bis 10 würde ich dem jetzt mal so 7 geben oder so. Vielleicht ein bisschen, so 7,5 irgendwie. 7,2. 7,25, so. Weil ein paar Sachen fand ich ja schon ein bisschen ätzend. Und auch ein bisschen unpassend. Ne? So, danke fürs Spielen, sagen sie. Ich sag danke fürs Programmieren und Designen und Sprechen und überhaupt. Und zu Ende, ne? Schön. Ja, es war ordentlich. Es war ordentlich. Ein ordentliches Spiel, sag ich mal. Ne? Okay. Also, dann soll es das mal gewesen sein. Für heute, wie gesagt, sehr passend. Ich würde mal sagen, ich stoppe mal die Aufnahme. Bis dann, YouTube.